Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the State of the Market Live. Today is 18th July 2022. And this is the 31st episode of State of the Market Live. Let's see what is happening in the global markets as well as SGX. And then see how we should decipher the Nifty and Bank Nifty futures. So let's first look at SGX. Just a minute. So let me take out the graphic pen so that you can mark well. So now we are analyzing. Apologies for that. That's very large. Yeah. So we are looking at SGX, which is a Nifty contract traded on the Singapore Stock Exchange. So we'll first analyze that before the market. This is called a proxy market, where it indicates players are kind of indicating what is happening globally, how global players are looking at Nifty. This is what SGX Nifty futures indicate. Many think that SGX Nifty futures are useless and they do not convey any information, but a market is a market. So we see that we are getting information at the right kind of price levels. That means SGX Nifty futures are not trading somewhere around 10,000 or 20,000. They're trading near our market levels. So they kind of convey the state of the regular trading hours, which is our regular market. So we will glean some information from SGX Nifty futures. Let's see what is happening out there. Okay, so on Friday, you saw that Nifty futures kind of trade closed around kind of 1660 levels. So we'll again see you can see here at the top, this is Nifty futures. We closed at around 60.68. So kind of that was an indication that bulls may attack the market. And as you saw in SGX Nifty futures, you see how kind of late in the New York trade, how kind of bulls took SGX Nifty to around 16,200 levels. However, this level is not above our important level of what 16 to 34. I have mentioned in many places, like if you can go back to the Telegram channel and check, this is the level I have mentioned, 16,234, and this is where exactly even SGX Nifty futures kind of tumbled. And you see that now as well, we are kind of struggling there. There is no respite so far. So we have to break this level. We have to stay above 16,234 in our regular trading hours for seeing any bull run on the upside. Let's see what are the levels we have to look for on the upside or on the downside, how the market is going to be when it opens. Before going to Nifty and Bank Nifty futures, let's see what is happening in the American market. Why we should do that? Because now we are correlated with most of the global markets. So S&P 500 is one of the best proxy to gauge how the bulls or bears are behaving. Now, so in S&P 500 futures, I have always told you, you can go back and check my channel. So 3823 is the level that I have told you is very, very important. So 3823. Let me write out here 38. I don't have a text tool, through 23. Okay, so or we can kind of depend here, so that when you look back at the video, you can watch. So 3823 is the level. For example, let's see here, 3823. Remember, when you come back and watch the channel, watch this video, you will have a good understanding of 3823. Now let's put a line there at 3823. So this is the level I have told you all the time that it is very, very important. So yesterday you see that not yesterday, on Friday you see that S&P 500 futures kind of broke it. This is a very good bullish sign. So these kind of bars are very good. However, the market came back. This is how a two-way auction works. This is what we discussed in our yesterday's weekly webinar with our monthly mentorship students, how the two-way auction market works, why it has come back to 23823. It could have fallen as well, but it came to 3823 and then again started going up again. We have a rangy day during the end of the Friday, and now we see that there is a kind of ranginess at 3873. Now another level that S&P 500 futures have to cross is 3920. So 3920 or 3910 levels, this is the key resistance. So until then, we are mildly bullish. Mildly bullish means until we are above 3823, we should not kind of look for deep cuts, deep falls. Unless this falls like this and breaks this, we should not look for deep falls. However, we should also not look at kind of a great move on the upside, because we have to break 3910. Until then, this is the range S&P 500s will keep working on. So keep that in mind before you are trading anything in our markets as well. Okay, now let's go to Nifty futures and see what is happening out there, because that is our business. I'm sorry about it. So this keeps on hopping. Yeah. Now, see this, if you look at SGX Nifty futures, what we have done, we have simply gone here. Okay, now we have not broken this line, but this is paramount to break. Otherwise, the market cannot get super bullishness as of now. You see this? If you notice the highs, you see this. So this level is very important. 1, 2, and then 3. Now we can open around these levels. So mostly I'm expecting an open around these levels. However, if we do not break 16,252 or 16,234 levels. So now let me again put a level here so that you can come back and see in a better way. Let me put a level here. It is 16,234 to 16,252 levels. So these are the levels which I will watch for. So I'll put it here so that you can come back at 11 a.m. Or 12 p.m. or any time during the market day and watch for these levels. So this level is paramount, very, very important. Okay, so probably now let's see how the zones are looking. That means how we can trade. What is the trade zone that we should look for? So initially, as of now, with the information that we have in mind in terms of SGX as well as S&P 500 futures, we can open around these levels. And then if we are rejected, slowly we can come back to 103 levels so that we can finish this gap. Okay, we can finish this gap and then we can go up, go down like this. The two-way auction may work. This is zone 1. This is my zone 1 today. However, if we break or open, remember, open is very, very important on a day like this. If we open, gap up around these levels, okay, and then go up. So in market profile, it is called an open drive. So if we open here and straight go above, what are the levels we have to see? Even I don't know. So let's devise that. We'll see what are the levels that we can look for on a 15-minute chart. Okay. Now, if market breaks this zone, this is very clear, right? So if market opens here, comes down and breaks this zone, it may move like this. And if it is weakened, it will come down to 16,008 and 16,103 levels. And then it can eventually go to 15,859 levels. This is my zone 3, because today there is low possibility of coming down unless S&P 500, you see here, S&P 500 comes below 38 23, I am not looking for zone 3. Okay, not looking for zone 3. Now let's see what is the zone 2. Zone 2 means this is the zone 2. This is zone 2. Now, what are the levels that the market will cater to in that range? So let's devise that. Let's look at, take out a Fibonacci and then let's put it there. Let's see if there are any levels on the upside. We have to look for. So basically, if we break above 16, kind of 15618, sorry, 16218 or to this zone, we can eventually go to 16402. So any bullishness can be very good for 16402. However, what we will do is we will remove all this because we have done enough of intraday measurement of the levels. Now we'll see a bit, we'll take a bit forward, that means a backward step, and then see what are the higher levels that we have to look for, because we need to get minors as well within 402. So we have 16316 and then 16441. Okay, 16441. So on a longer term, that means for this expiry, if at all the market is bullish, it can even go to 16,000 or 17,059. This is on a longer term basis. That means we have to break higher end charts. That means higher time frame charts. That is on a weekly basis or on a daily basis. However, for today, if we are focusing on intraday, it is always better to focus here. So anyways, we are opening gap up near 1634 levels. So we might hit 316 and then immediately we have to look for 441. These are the levels that are very, very important. Intermittently, we should check for market profile and order flow to go for levels. However, before getting on to, as I told you, before getting on to 17,000 levels, we have to break these levels. That is very, very important. That means we have to break these swing highs. Okay, we have to break these swing highs, then only it is possible. What are the swing highs? So let's see. So it is 16,750 and then there is one more high. So basically we have to break these levels. We are this is the level. This is the level we have to break before we get on to 17,058. Until then, we need to kind of trade in this zone. So for today on the upside, I am looking for 16,317 and 16,441. If at all there is a possibility of going on to the upside. Now let's look at Bank Nifty so that we can have a better picture of what is happening on intraday levels. We'll draw the pictures afresh. So since Nifty is gap up, this will also gap up around, this may gap up around 35,200 or 35,400 levels. However, what happens is sometimes they gap up Nifty, but they do not gap up, Bank Nifty. Why do they do? Because they want to control the market in a different way. So we have to open above 35,000 for any considerable gap up. Otherwise, we have to look for these levels, 35 mid level, that is the 35 450 or 500 levels, or we have to break these levels. So only when we have broken these levels, that is between 35,400 and 35,600, this is the zone you have to keep in mind. So only when we break this after gap up, we have to check for higher levels. Otherwise, we will kind of trade in this range. So probably the range is between 35,400 and 35,600. And if it comes down, we have to look for this trend line, and also we have to kind of look for resistances on the downside if it is going down. Now, what are the levels that we have to look for our upside? That means since the market is looking very bright, and since the market is taking us for a ride on the upside, let's see what are the levels that we have to look for on the upside. So we'll take this swing and then see what are the levels we have to look for upside. So nothing is there. So until 36,151 there is nothing. So probably this is the level we have to look for, 36,145. If there is a gap up, if there is a gap up and we break this swing high 35,600, so we can easily look for a close around 36,145. They might target, that means the large players might target players who have sold around here, and eventually once they get blasted, it will go to the higher level. However, I will not be that kind of optimistic as of now, because S&P 500 is not that big. So I will look for a medium term position around 36,151 and the 35,600. So basically this is the zone I am looking for where BNF will trade. If we come below 35,000, then we can see a decent fall. So we have to keep in mind that this is the level. This is the level where the gap might be closed and we might see a kind of fall. Now, another thing we have to keep in mind is there is a risk of a lower high formation here. So remember that. So if large players want to trap us, so we have, let me show you clearly. So we have a higher high. Now we have a lower high, right? We have a higher high and we have a lower high. So any failure here, that means any failure in this zone, in these two boxes, can lead us to a big fall now. Okay, so that is what it has been doing. So negating this high means that they want to go high because there is a higher high formation. Okay, there is a higher high formation, but if it forms a lower high and comes down, there can be a deep cut towards what? Lower higher low. So like this, the market is going in a trend. You see this kind of pattern. This is a two-way auction again like this. So as of now, it may not, or if it does, then we have to check for higher high or lower high formations here. So that is how we look at trend following. That is what trend following systems do, nothing much more. So what are the levels we have to look for intraday? Let's check them. So let's remove drawings so that the chart is clear to us. Let's go to a 15-minute chart and then see what are the levels that we have to check for on the intermittent time frame. So we'll consider this low. We have taken this low. So today there is going to be a gap up, which is around 35,400 to 600 levels. We have told you this is the gap zone we will kind of fill. So this is the gap zone that we need to see. And now, what are the levels that we have to check for here? So we should check for 35,761 and then 36,051, which are the levels that are very, very important. We can go higher as well if the market is super bullish, but we will just keep a very small level in mind. That means these are the levels that we have to look for as zone 1. And what is my zone 2? The lower levels are going to be zone 2 and the low probability zone is zone 3. But I won't consider this unless there is a large trading market. It will not go above 36,051. This is the level that I will keep in mind. However, I will also look for levels in market profile and order flow. These are called micro levels, and those levels are much more powerful than Fibonacci's. So that is where I'll be focusing on market profile and order flow before taking any decisions, any trading decisions, Now, before leaving, let's look at a couple of stocks. We will check what is happening with HDFC. Let's see, something is brewing there. Let's remove drawings and then let's look at the daily chart. Yeah, on sorry, on Friday we had a very good kind of nice bar has formed. So we have to kind of see where it goes. So if we see this is the level, we have to kind of, there can be a gap up. If there is a gap up in the market, we have to look for 20 to 52 levels. Let's look at intraday charts. So if there is a break at 20 to 52, this is a 15-minute chart. So basically I'll be looking for a kind of resistance around this level. So 2260. So if the market stays above this level, if it gaps up and breaks this zone, I will look for higher levels around 2320. So what are the levels that we have to check for? So let's do a simple fib. a simple fib will give us a decent understanding of where the market can go. Yeah, it is beyond the value zone. So the max we can see is, kind of 2298, and let's see if we, kind of go above that. So we have around 23, so it's around 300 points from there. So it's around, sorry, not 300 points, around 79. So 2379. So around 79 points out there. So we can have a big bar, but I don't see such big bullishness. We have to anyways keep in mind that we can do that. So initial target I will look for is this, if at all we break the gap zone. Basically this is the gap going to be created. If this gap acts as a support, we can see 2297 in HDFC, and this is an outlier case. Excuse me, guys. We can go up to 2379. Let's watch what is happening in Reliance, and then we'll see HDFC Bank as well. So from tomorrow, if you want to, kind of look at any levels that you have to in for any stocks, just ask me in Telegram or put in the comment section of today's video. So for tomorrow, we'll watch those stocks. So if you have any requirement of watching any stocks, so I'll work on them in the live market. So, but they should be F&O stocks. So, that will add to the value of this SOTM. So if you want me to read any stocks in tomorrow's SOTM live, put those stock names in the comment section. I will collect them at the end of the day, and then tomorrow we'll discuss that. Now let's look at Reliance. So Reliance is kind of trading in this box. Today there can be a nice opportunity if we just a minute. So if we kind of break this 2452 or 2460 range with the gap, and if we break the gap, then we can go to levels around 2580. As per market profile, I see this range as the most probable zone. This is called in market profile terms scene of crime, SOC, scene of crime. This scene of crime is always revisited, but when it will revisit, we don't know. So that is not a promise that the market gives for you to take a trade. So we have to kind of go above this gap zone. We have to break this gap zone. So if there is good move around these levels, so we can have a nice move here. However, once this target is done, the market is going to spend a lot of time in this range. So this particular range is going to bring another two-way auction like this. So kind of we will make another two-way auction. Here it came down in 2 15-minute bars. That is in flat half an hour it came down. But here once we go up and touch the scene of crime, we are not going to kind of continue. It may spend a lot of time here. So you have to keep that in mind before trading Reliance today. There can be a good opportunity. So please keep an eye. Now, HDFC Bank futures. This is the market leader. So if at all there is any positive day in Bank Nifty, this is the one that needs to be kind of tracked. However, on Friday, this is one information that I want to clear. So on Friday we have seen Nifty rising and HDFC Bank making a small positive bars. However, so today we have to kind of gap around this zone, and this gap has to be filled. That means you have to break this level around 1400, around 1408. These are the levels we have to break, and if we break those levels, we have a clear 40-point move here. So this is the zone I will be looking for if there is any positivity. If they fail, we will come back into the zone to fill the gap. So that is how HDFC Bank futures are placed. That's all for today, guys. Hope you have liked this episode of State of the Market Live. So if you have liked it, please share among your trading friends who might benefit from this kind of knowledge. And please continue to give comments, because they are very important for me to make this product better. And also please give me likes so that I can get more visitors on YouTube. And please subscribe to the channel so that you can get an alert whenever I post a new video. So please subscribe and ask your friends to subscribe and benefit from all. Have a great day, be safe and trade well. Bye bye guys.